Cool. Aliens is on.
Aliens! Yo, Hicks! Something big is in the air!
Fucking cut of the movie is this? Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Today I'm going to do a review of my entire Kenner Aliens and Predator collection. Now, a bit of a history lesson. This is a figure line that, to all intents and purposes, shouldn't exist. Kenner had attempted to market this IP before in 1979/1980 with the original Alien movie. They released, I think, a 10-inch xenomorph from the movie Alien, and it was incredibly screen accurate, and it was the most grotesque, awesomest looking figure possible, and parents would not buy it. This thing was left languishing on shelves. I think because Kenner had gotten greedy and kind of had seen dollar signs with Star Wars, they automatically assumed that, well, it's sci-fi, so we can market it towards kids. But not realizing how gory and how kind of non-PC this horror sci-fi movie was. Again, this is before the late 80s and early 90s, where a lot of R-rated properties were getting into action figure and cartoon lines. So the Alien figure was an absolute disaster. It was a big lesson for Kenner to kind of not jump the gun with certain properties. That said, when the 1990s rolled out, Kenner had produced a number of movie properties, and some of which were R-rated. The Terminator, for example, and there was other toy companies doing R-rated properties, such as RoboCop, Commando, Rambo, the Police Academy franchise. They were all getting toy lines. 9 times out of 10, a lot of them had kind of cartoons to coincide with the figure line, and Aliens was going to be that. Essentially, there was a cartoon series produced called Operation Aliens that was kind of a mishmash of G.I. Joe meets Creepy Crawlers. You had the team of Marines, which consisted of Ripley, Hicks, Apone, Drake, Bishop, and a character called Atax, that would be going to different planets and fighting different variations of the xenomorph. These included Rhino aliens, Bull aliens, Mantis aliens, Crab aliens, and it was essentially our G.I. Joe characters fighting a different monster every week. There was a pilot produced. It was never released, and I think it's been lost to the ages. You can see some stills from the opening credits, but before the movie was cut, these figures had gone into production. And not just these figures. Operation Aliens had things like lunchboxes, bubble baths, and board games produced. The thing that killed the animated series was Alien 3. The Kenner didn't have the confidence of aligning an animated show that was now tied to a movie where our heroine character dies, and essentially a very dour kind of ending to the character. So they weren't sure that making or going ahead with the actual, I don't know what the animation company was, but again, as a result of Alien 3, the animation was cancelled, but they had gone into production with the figures, and they said, fuck it, we'll give it a go. We had success with the Terminator. Let's see what we can do with this. So there was 3 waves. Wave 1 consisted of the main characters from the series, Ripley, Hicks, Bishop, Apone, Drake, and a character called Atax, which I'll show you in a moment. And these, I think the aliens included the Queen Alien, the flying variation of the Queen Alien, a Bull Alien, a Warrior Alien, and a Giant Facehugger. The second wave would include Vasquez, a character called O'Malley, Hudson, and a new variation of certain aliens, a Night Cougar alien, a Gorilla alien, and a bunch of vehicles, which included a very kind of cool kind of mech version of the Power Loader, and their variation on the dropship. There was a kind of offshoot set, which was the Predator line, which introduced the Predators. Whether or not the Predators were going to be brought in as characters into Operation Aliens, I don't know. It would have been kind of cool. It would have been like Yosaki Yojimbo coming into the Ninja Turtles cartoon. He was a property on his own. But yeah, they were going to introduce the Predators as maybe a new foe, like the Triceratons as well in the Ninja Turtles. But I digress. And the last series was a very short run series called Aliens, the Hive War series, which we saw a eye-patched cyborg version of Hicks taking on a group of renegade predators, synthetics, and aliens. And yeah, those figures are very hard to come by, as is the original 1979 Alien. That Alien I was talking about, the figure, that goes for an absolute bundle now, because they went into large enough production, but now it's very hard to get your hands on them. So if you are going thrifting, keep your eyes out open for them, because he is worth a pretty penny. So now that I've got the history lesson out of the way, let's have a look at the figures. Starting off with my two boxed figures, we are going to look at this. This was Bishop. Now you'd be forgiven for thinking, when the fuck did Bishop have a minigun? Again, this was based on the Operation Alien series, so you couldn't really have a kind of a very neutral-esque character such as Bishop. You had to give him some kind of gimmick, and his gimmick was he had a big fuck-off Gatling gun. The cool thing about this was you also get decals with it, and yeah, just really, really cool figure. Looks nothing like Lance Henriksen, looked nothing like the the character in the movie. The cool thing was you also got I think for the first wave, you got a series of Dark Horse published comics. Very silly, very tacky, but very fun. And yeah, that is the boxed version of Bishop. I'll show you the unboxed in a couple of minutes. The back here, it also shows what else came in the range. The vehicles included the Power Loader, the Evac Fighter, and the Stinner XT-37 vehicle. Yeah, Kenner had a thing for movie license vehicles that they always had to have a snare and a rocket launcher. The same was with the Bush Level Tracker for Jurassic Park. It had a snare and a big fuck-off rocket launcher, so they kind of kept the formula. And here is the Marines you could get. Lieutenant Ripley, Corporal Hicks, Sergeant Tapone, Drake, Bishop, and Atax. And the aliens in the first wave. Actually, I made a mistake. I thought the Flying Queen alien was in this first wave. But no, it was the Queen alien, the Gorilla alien, the Scorpion alien, and the Bull alien. Now, look at this for gold. Sheer fucking gold. Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. That is actually Lance Henriksen with a really bad Photoshop job done to him. They basically took a picture of a still from him from the movie and put this really bad kind of Photoshop job to make him look more like the action figure. I think they got the license. Michael Biehn gave them the license to use his likeness because he'd been paid fuck all when he actually starred in Aliens. So he needed as much money as he could get, but the rest were basically kind of actors. But yeah, you get a whole kind of backstory on the character here. Bishop, synthetic human, specialty, med lab research, reserve pilot, home planet, assembled on LX469. Background, latest series in Hyperdyne Android. They got that right at least. Designed to study alien creatures. That's not the case. Quote, alien biosurvival rating 95-78. Incredible. So yeah, this is fucking incredible. Just look at that picture. I have to look it up. That poor Lance Henriksen. But yeah, it's cool. These were cool figures. The box art I particularly love. Just the artwork on the actual xenomorph there is pretty cool. I'll try and get it into frame. Yeah, I miss this kind of really old kind of artwork style. The next boxed figure I had is this guy. As I said before, they were going to bring the Predators into the series, and this guy is the Scavenge Exterminator Predator. And yeah, he's a bit like Tina Turner. Very angry Tina Turner. What's love got to do? But yeah, I will get into something about these guys that NECA are actually doing. NECA are doing actual adult collector figures based on the designs and color schemes of this guy. I actually have one of them. I have the clan leader, and I also have the variant, the Kenner variant of Ripley from the NECA line as well. But yeah, basically he comes with like a rocket launcher and a helmet, a staff. It's a really cool figure. Let's have a look at the back. Shows all the Predators you can get. Predator clan leader, Lava Planet Predator. I have that guy. I'll be showing you in a minute. Scavenge Exterminator. That's the guy I have. Different color scheme. Let's zoom in. Laser Shot Predator. The Blade Fighter. And Spike Tail. We also have these guys here. This is the King Alien. The Wild Boar Alien. Killer Crab Alien. I have that guy. Night Cougar Alien. Mantis Alien. The Rhino Alien. And the Swarm Alien. And at the top there we have the 2-pack of the Warrior Alien versus the Renegade Predator and the Flying Queen Alien, which I have 2 of. And like the other one before, not as impressive as Bishop. Identity: a young predator sporting dreadlocks and attitude to wipe out an entire planet single-handedly. Weaponry: double-barreled launcher, fires missiles that wrap in a bolo style around the prey. So yeah, and that's how you work the figure there. So yeah, they're my two of my boxed figures. And yeah, NECA have kind of done a whole range of these guys for adult collectors, and they've also done something really interesting. They've done Kenner style figures based on the newer properties in the movie. You can get the Berserker, a Kenner version of the Berserker Predator, and you can also get a Kenner version of the I think the Neomorph from Alien Covenant. And yeah, I'll put up some pictures there in the video. So now let's have a look at some of the unboxed figures. So I showed you Bishop before. This is the unboxed Bishop, and yeah, again, does this look like Lance Henriksen to you? No, it fucking doesn't. They were trying to get the whole movie kind of gimmick where you could actually pull off his arm, which didn't happen in the movie. His fucking torso was bisected. I think you could attach his Gatling gun to that, but yeah. So there you go. That is him there. Again, real kind of fun figure as well. There's a nice bit of detail. Again, this is nowhere screen accurate. There is some characters that are screen accurate, but nobody can tell me that this. If you showed this figure to someone and asked, "Hey, would you think this is Lance Henriksen?" They would be like, "What the fuck? This is not Lance Henriksen." But yeah, again, really cool figure. I like the design, and it's definitely a byproduct of the 90s. So yeah, I will move on to the next figure, ATAX. Now, yeah, this character had a very strange gimmick. I'll try and get the camera to zoom in. Damn it, ATAX. See, damn you. We'll try it with this. Hopefully he won't be. There we go. No. So yeah, that's ATAX there. His gimmick was essentially he had a power armor that let him dress up as an alien. Now, is this not the most 90s looking motherfucker you have ever seen? I don't know about you guys, but I actually think he looks kind of like Biff Tannen. I don't know. What do you think? But yeah, he basically had an armor that let him, quote unquote, infiltrate the hive, and like he has like kind of chitin kind of body armor as well to mix in with it. And then again, like Bishop, the most 90s fucking character you can ever see. So next human, I'm leaving the most accurate looking to last. This guy here, this is Apone. And Apone's thing was he lamped a grenade at the alien. And again, very 90s kind of colouring. No bugs. Again, I like these figures. Nowhere near screen accurate. bar maybe the headset they're wearing. But yeah, this is a character. This is a character that's like, you would not wear this going into combat. I wear this going to a fucking beach party or something, but you wouldn't wear this going to hunting aliens. But again, yeah, it's a byproduct of the 90s, so really cool. And lastly, probably the most screen accurate of the Marines is Hicks. And again, not a perfect match. His weapon certainly isn't, but they did do a fairly cool job trying to emulate the armor. Looks nothing like Michael Biehn, but still a cool figure. Just really nice detailing. He does come with this as well, which is a bazooka, which he does not use in the movie. And it says hardcore. And yeah, it is one of the spring-loaded toys for kids were pussies. And I will get that later on, but yeah. That is his rocket launcher that came with Hicks. And you could just fit it on like that. Next figure we have is this guy. This is the Lava Planet Predator. And again, definitely creative license. This Predator is apparently on a volcanic planet, and his camouflage, he has the cloak, so he constantly looks like molten rock. Cool thing is he can take off his mask. Really nice kind of sculpting on the head. And the sad thing is the shoulder cannon on this guy is probably, the layout of it is actually probably more correct than most NECA figures. Just the way it folds up and folds down and stuff. And again, I'll try and shoot it. I'll have to go looking for that later as well. But yeah, no, really cool figure. Silly as fuck. But if you're a kid in the 90s and you saw this guy, you'd be like, wow, that kicks ass. Next up, we have this monstrosity. This is the Killer Crab Alien. And originally it had another head in its chest that could fire off. But yeah, I wondered with some of the hosts. Now, there is a rumor that the writer Eric the Red had done a script for Alien 3 that made its way into the hands of Kenner. And in his script, the aliens take over an agricultural biodome. And they end up infecting things like cattle and goats, sheep and chickens, and also insects. And I'm like, how the fuck does a facehugger facehug a crab? I don't know. Apparently Eric the Red script kind of had a whole fucking plitter of xenomorph variants that would have been a fanboy's dream, but I don't know. I don't know would I want to watch a movie with a fucking crab alien. I don't know. But yeah, again, nice colouring, nice use of the red, and yeah, just really cool figure. I'm going to show you two doubles I have, and this is my original, and this was given to me by a friend. These are the Flying Queen aliens, and yeah, basically the old gimmick, like with the pterodactyls in Jurassic Park figures. You just press the button on their back, and the wings flap, and really cool. Again, there's something just really cool about this. The way the plastic was molded, transparent. There is like something Giger-esque about them. Even the veins in the crown. Very cool figure. The claw was originally, I played this one to absolute death. I had to tape up the legs. The claw snaps, but the one I was given to by my friend Shane, that gimmick still works. So you put it in there, just did that, and there, snap close. Again, really cool figure. Really do like the design, like the transparent plastic. And this is my pride and joy from the Kenner collection. This is the Queen Alien figure. And yeah, she had a couple of gimmicks with her. She had a tail. The spring is probably, I'm very cautious about using this, but the spring would be very worn now at this stage. So she could whip her tail. And there's also a little bladder at the back. I don't know, can you see it there maybe? Okay, so they're basically, there's like this little bladder bag. And if you done this, her tongue would come shooting out because of the ear. She also came with this. I actually thought these were cool because with the regular aliens, you got a face hugger, a little kind of rubbery, transparent face hugger that would fit around the heads of our heroes. This is pretty cool. This is a kind of fetal alien queen. And what I used to do was I used to make the hands into a certain kind of bowl and just let them hold her like that. So so she could mind her offspring. So yeah, that was the original Kenner line of figures, and they were very successful. And while we didn't get an animated show, we got 3 lots of these figures. I think in the packaging was a bit different in Europe than it was in the States. We kind of got this bubble packaging, whereas in the States I think it was more boxy. And I think in the United States they also got the double packs, the kind of battle packs. And yeah, it was fairly successful. So while they didn't have a cartoon series or even kind of a tie-in merchandising line, it was a successful series. So in 1997, they gave it one more go with Alien Resurrection. And this is the only Alien Resurrection figure I have. And it is the newborn. And you know what? It's an actual awesome design. The figures for this, while this is actually fairly screen accurate, the human figures would have been maybe up to here for the Resurrection line. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, there was Ripley, Call, the newborn, a blue aqua warrior alien, battle damaged alien, and regular warrior alien. And this guy came with a facehugger. Again, really nice sculpting on these guys, and they were more statues than anything. I remember picking this guy up in a department store called Quinsworth back in, I think, 2000, maybe 1999, and yeah, I really like these figures. The movie had lots of problems, but the figure line in the video game was pretty cool. So yeah, that is my collection of Kenner figures. And as I said before, they do have a legacy. The fact is, NECA are producing adult collector variants of these figures. And you know why? Because the people that had these back in the day, like myself, are now adults, and you still get a shot of nostalgia when you see the likes of maybe, yeah, there's an Apone, there's a Kenner version of Apone now done, like with that color scheme and everything, and again, it's pretty cool. Like, so yeah, as I said, NECA are doing adult collector versions, but they're also doing throwbacks to these with creatures and characters that are more kind of recent. So yeah, did you guys back in the day own any of these figures? If you did, tell me which ones in the comments below. And yeah, have a good one. Take care. Bye now.